enjoyed this week's episode, and please like this video, share with your friends and dock mates, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get more viewers like you.
Hey y'all! What else do we do on a Saturday when we have free time? Boat work! What I'm gonna do today, the plan for today, is basically some odds and ends and some detail work. So, let me show you. Down here, this one, it only has, see that, come on, focus. This white piece, that's secured to the bulkhead here to secure this. And there's only like 2 screws on either bulkhead right now, and that's not enough. So, I'm gonna secure that a little bit more. Also will put some butyl tape behind there too. Keep any water that might go down there out of from getting into where this fasteners screw into the hole. So we'll put some butyl tape back there. Also, there's only like, oh, this one's not even there. I only have 1 screw there. I thought that was already screwed in. I guess not. What about over here? Oh, that one's not screwed in either. Down here. So I need screws to go from here to that. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then also this cribbing. So these two, so when the tank sits here, the edge of the tank butts up against this, so it doesn't hit this screw and doesn't chafe against the side of the hole. So we just have plastic on plastic, which is good, and that keeps the tank from shifting back and forth. But over here we have the same thing, but this one I'm gonna shape, because this one will go about like right there. But all my hoses and fittings are going to be in this area, and then hose and fittings will have to go over this. So what I was thinking about doing is keeping these here, but maybe cutting them so it's a nice easy curve, so that if I do have a hose I will have a hose, because the fresh water pump is going to sit about right in here in this cavity. So a hose, at least one hose, is going to run up and over that. So I didn't want the hose to like go up and over and down. Maybe kind of more of a gradual thing. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But yeah. I think the plan for today is we'll just get this base off and work on the bulkhead supports. That shouldn't be too bad. And then, yeah, whatever other bits and bobs we have that we can do laying around, that's the plan for today. So, as always, I'll give you guys updates as they are interesting. And thanks for coming along. Appreciate you watching. Let's keep going. All right. So, I got the bottom board unscrewed, see? But now I can't get it out because our vertical pieces for the aft tank cribbing are in the way. So I got to pull those out. But it kind of makes me think, if this piece of wood ever has to come out, these are eventually going to be essentially permanent, because I'm going to tab in with fiberglass on all 3 of those. So if this piece ever has to come out, kind of would be a chore. So now I'm kind of thinking, how do I make it easier for this piece to come out if I ever do need it to come out? Will I ever need it to come out? I don't know if I will. The tank may need to come out, but this piece Would it ever need to come out? Yeah, probably not. Honestly, too, if it did ever need to come out, I could just cut it. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna just leave it as is. So, fortunately, these are just screwed in and not completely installed yet with the epoxy. So, I can take those out, and then this board will come out, and then I can do the plan. Affix the bulkhead supports more permanently. So that's okay. A couple steps backwards to go a couple steps forwards. And you know, honestly too, these needed to come out anyways because I have to grind down to bare good fiberglass. You can't just epoxy to the this bilge paint that we have. So it's okay. Those needed to come out anyway, so yeah. Wasn't planning on going that far today, but hey, it's boat work. Never know what you're gonna get into when you start pulling things apart. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, got the board out. Got all those out. I did leave those backing plates, or these little blocks. See that block? 3, 2, 1. I left those under there because it'll be easier to put the little cribbing braces back in with those there. So, yeah. And while I have them out, the screws that I use, they're just a little proud. You can see that right there and right there and right back here and here. So while I have those out, I'll probably just nip those off with the Dremel, sand them down, whatever. But now we have access to these. So that and that. So notice I only have 2 screws in. 2 screws. And they're not countersunk. So stuff will collect on them. Probably, in our case, hair. With Devin's nice, long, flowing hair. So I'll countersink those. But first things first, I'm going to pull them off. And I think I have already epoxied all the holes back there, but if I haven't, because, you know, we've had multiple test fits, but if I haven't filled all the holes, I'll do that. Countersink, probably add maybe 2 more screws, 4 on each side, should be good enough. And then I'll butyl tape around it between the piece and the bulkhead. So, yeah, that'll be good. All right, cool. Well, let's keep going. Nothing to it, just to do it. Now we've got the access we need. Let's go. Simple ring of butyl tape. As thought, all of our holes are filled. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna pop it on. And I sanded it down a little bit more because it was a little dirty with some fingerprints and smudges and stuff. So, you know, things that go into the bilge have to be clean. All right, so yeah, now I'm just gonna pop it on there and do a few more screws. So let's keep it going. It's gonna be really satisfying to have this in. It's been a long time, and this little piece just feels like we're finally getting close to having something done with this project. Let's go. All right, there she is. Nice and butyled and secured with 4 2.5 inch 3/16 screws. Now we'll go to the forward one. Same thing. Take it off. Make sure there's no holes to fill. And add some butyl and Bob's your uncle. Maybe sand it down a bit if it's dirty. All right, let's go. I'll show you guys the finished result. Let's keep going. All right. So bulkhead supports are in and butyl, so that's great. So the last one was that one. See that little gray, a little bit of gray right here? That's bothering the crap out of me, but we have other touch-up to do, so I'm not gonna get the paint out now. It's just, you know, it's a whole thing. It's like it's a two-parter. You gotta mask up, suit up, because it's pretty nasty and gets everywhere because it's thick. There's prep involved, so we'll come back and do that touch-up at a later time when we've got it all out, and you know, that's the intent for the day or the hour or two that it takes. So, but yeah, I'm gonna lop these things off. Just used a little too long of screws, so that's gonna be, those are the supports that go down here to hold the cribbing for the tank. So I'm gonna lop the tips of those screws off because they just stick out a little bit and they're gonna get me. I know they're gonna get me when I'm down there doing fiberglass, so take them off now. Maybe I can put the floor back in so it's ready to go. This, or not the floor, but the tank support here. That's something I can do. And it needs to be screwed in on the ends, so I can do that. Nothing more to chat about today. Kind of a light day while we're waiting for stuff to arrive. I'm kind of stuck by that, but it's okay. It's the way it goes. Never know how it's gonna go with boat work, right? Like, just like today, we kind of figured out that we have to take that cribbing off to get the tank support out, and if we ever needed to get the tank support out in the future, we won't be able to do it because the cribbing is going to be permanently in there. So that's all right. I don't think we'll ever have to pull that tank support out ever again. That could be famous last words, but yeah, the old one was in there for 40 years, not a problem. So I think this new one that's 25% thicker and epoxied and everything will be just as good. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna just grind off of these screw hole tips, see what else I can do here, and might call it a day. But yeah, thanks for coming along for the random day of fun, and yeah, until next time, that's been a yacht of love. See you guys.